No text is an island. Think of West Side Story. We see star-crossed lovers and warring gangs in 1950s New York. But that story isn't entirely new. It's a direct conversation with Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, transforming a feud between noble families in Verona into a story of racial tension in America. This is intertextuality, the principle that every story exists in relationship to others. The theorist Julia Kristeva called every text a mosaic of quotations, woven from threads of earlier works, genres, and cultural myths. It's not just about direct adaptations. Sometimes a text responds to, challenges, or even subverts another. Tom Stoppard's play, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, is almost meaningless if you haven't read Hamlet. It takes two minor characters from Shakespeare's tragedy and puts them center stage, exploring their confusion and existential dread, while the main plot of Hamlet happens just out of sight. The real meaning doesn't exist in Stoppard's play or Shakespeare's play alone. It's created in the gap between them. It's in the questions that gap raises about fate, free will, and the lives of those on the sidelines of history. This means that analyzing literature isn't just about comparing two works. It's about examining a dialogue across time. How does one text transform the ideas of another? What does updating a story for a new era reveal about what has changed in society, and more importantly, what has remained stubbornly the same? The reader plays a crucial role, bringing their own knowledge to recognize the echoes and understand the conversation. Every story is part of a dialogue across centuries. Our task is to listen in.